All right, let's just jump right in. This is not your typical networking advice. Forget about collecting more business cards or getting more connections on LinkedIn. We are talking about getting real, actual leverage by finding the places where the game is really being played.
Does this sound familiar? I bet it does. We've all been there, right? You're caught in this endless cycle of interactions that feel like you're doing something, but they lead absolutely nowhere. Well, today, we're going to change that.
So, here's the fundamental problem. Most people are trying to fish in completely the wrong spot. They're out there in this massive, crowded ocean, just fighting for attention with literally everyone else. And this, right here, this is the choice. On the one hand, you've got the crowded ocean. It's just a ton of noise, generic conversations, and everybody splashing around hoping to get noticed. But on the other side, that's the hidden pond. That's where you find real access, high-value conversations, and the actual power players. Our whole mission here is to get you out of that ocean and into a pond. So how do we make that leap? How do we go from the ocean to the pond? Well, it all starts with understanding what these hidden ponds even are. What makes them so special?
So, a hidden business pond. What is it? Look, it's not just another networking group. It's more like a carefully curated ecosystem. And that high barrier to entry, that's not about being snobby or exclusive for no reason. It's a filter, a really powerful one. It ensures that every single person in that room is serious and brings real value to the table. That's what makes the conversations inside so potent. And just look at the payoff. I mean, inside these ponds, you stop networking and you start operating. You get market insights way before they hit the news. You form partnerships with people who are already vetted. Mentorship, it just happens naturally. It's an entire environment that's literally designed to accelerate everything you do.
You know, when it all boils down, the advantage of being in the right pond comes down to just one thing: velocity. The information flows faster, the introductions you get aren't just warm, they carry real weight, and because you're in this pre-vetted space, trust gets built in a fraction of the time. You get to just skip months of small talk and get straight to the stuff that actually matters.
Okay, so we get it. We know what they are. We know why they're so important. But the big question is, right, how do you actually find one? And let me be clear, this is not about luck. It's about strategy.
All right, so here's the playbook, a simple 4-step map. First, you've got to pinpoint the people who could fundamentally change your career's trajectory, your North Stars. Second, you work backward, figure out where they spend their time. Third, you have to look in places most people just completely ignore. And fourth, you use the connections you already have, but in a much, much smarter way. So what does reverse engineer even mean here? Well, you're basically playing detective. You're looking for patterns. You ask yourself, where do these North Star people consistently show up? Is it certain advisory boards, specific podcasts, paid communities? Think of each one of those as a breadcrumb. And if you follow them, they're going to lead you right to a pond.
And when we talk about looking beyond the obvious, these are the exact places I'm talking about. Paid masterminds that filter for serious commitment. Super niche, often invite-only industry groups. Small, exclusive chapters of professional organizations. Advisory boards for startups. These are the spots that are deliberately kept quiet. That's the whole point.
Okay, so you found a pond. You've even identified a potential way in. Now what? How do you make your approach without completely blowing it? This is, seriously, where so many people stumble. And it's pretty simple, actually. It boils down to these 2 massive rules. People in these high-value ponds are getting asked for stuff all day, every day. So the way you stand out is by completely flipping the script. Stop thinking, what can I get? And start asking, what can I give? Your expertise, your unique insights, that's your currency. That's your ticket in.
Okay, so let's get tactical. Here's your first tool. This is the script for asking someone you already know for an introduction. Now, pay attention to the language here. Would you feel comfortable? That gives them an easy out. Zero pressure. I'm not looking for anything specific. That immediately signals you're not there to make a desperate ask. It's all about curiosity. All right, now let's say you get that intro. This is how you make contact. You immediately establish credibility by name-dropping your mutual connection and showing you've done your homework. And then that key phrase again, I'm not looking for anything. You're positioning this as a conversation between 2 peers, not a one-sided transaction. So when you bring all this together, when you find the right pond and you approach it with this value-first mindset, what you're really doing is creating some serious game-changing leverage for your career. And let's be super clear about what this really means. This isn't just a slightly better way of networking. No way. This is a complete strategic shift that lets you bypass all the noise and get straight to the conversations that matter, saving you, literally, years of wasted time and effort. You know, at the end of the day, it all comes back to this one simple choice. The crowded, noisy ocean, that's where amateurs play. The real players, the people who are actually shaping their industries, they're not in the ocean. They're in the deep, clear ponds. That's where you need to be.
So look, you've got the map now. The only real question left is, which pond are you going to find first? The opportunities are out there, waiting in these hidden ecosystems. It's time to go find them.